the Kaiser! For the fatherland! For the Kaiser! For the fatherland! For the Kaiser! For the fatherland! For the Kaiser!
Vive la France! Vive la France! Vive la France!
As we go, stay behind me. Stay with me.
Attack! Attack! What are you doing? Pick up your rifle! Pick it up or I'll shoot you! Pick up your rifle!
We're still in the same position. After 3 years and almost 2 million dead. Trapped by a war that's being fought on 2 fronts. Our soldiers paralyzed in the trenches.
Gentlemen, at this morning's meeting, General Ludendorff made it perfectly clear that we have to shut down the Russian front as quickly as possible. In order to transfer 80 of our divisions to the Western Front so that we can beat the British and French forces before, and I stress this, before the United States comes into the war against us, flooding Europe with her troops. In other words, the Russian question must be settled peacefully at once.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over the capability of the American fighting man.
That's a matter of opinion. We haven't finished discussing the Russians. The Tsar has been deposed, but the provisional government is keeping the country at war.
Von Bergen, your ministry, which is called the Ministry of Subversion, hasn't had much success to date. You say you now have a decisive plan to get Russia out of the war. Well, let's have it.
I think it best if the man whose idea this is, a certain Dr. Helfand, explains it to you himself.
Helfand? The man known as Parvus?
Exactly.
He is a subversive Russian Jew who fled here for protection and made a success as a businessman involved in nefarious deals with foreign powers. Advisor to the Turkish government. He attempted to lead an insurrection in the Ukraine, which failed. He even had a plan to stir up a rebellion against the British in India. One fiasco after another. But he managed to make money out of it all.
Dr. Helfand.
Morning, gentlemen.
Sit down, Dr. Helfand.
May I smoke too?
Explain your plan to us.
The present provisional government in Russia has no intention of making peace. But the leader of the extreme wing of the Russian revolutionaries is in exile in Switzerland. We must give him safe conduct through German territory to Petrograd in a train. Once he's there, he will lead the revolution, and once he's established a position of power, he'll sign an armistice with Germany. At least, that's what I myself feel. Perhaps I should express my views with more caution and say that he will attempt a revolution and try to seize power, etc., etc.
Are you talking about the head of the Bolsheviks?
Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov.
Known as Lenin, yes. He was at my side throughout the abortive uprisings of other times.
Youth. What you're saying is that this man will succeed now where he failed in other times?
The time is right now.
It's not by any chance your obvious admiration for this Lenin that makes you so sure.
My trust in him is quite rational. I know him well.
How much money do you expect to make this time?
I'm already a rich man, sir. Everyone knows that.
Then what are you doing this for?
I want my country to win the war.
Dr. Helfand is a German citizen.
Since when?
3 weeks.
Well, gentlemen, you have a lot to do. I think you should consider my proposal seriously. Our minister knows the details and where to find me. Thank you for your time, gentlemen. Mr. Minister. They must accept we will lose the war. But how do you depend upon the intelligence of men?
I have here the up-to-date balance sheets from the Stockholm Bank.
You know, Fürstenberg, this is the most important country in the world. Everything is decided here, in Germany.
Not in Russia?
This revolution of peasants that Lenin is starting is merely incidental. It's here in Germany, among the working class, the world revolution will begin. I'm not saying that what Lenin is doing is not important, but I'm going to have to guide him very carefully in order to lay the groundwork to the big move mine.
But the man has a record of defeat behind him.
He hasn't had a chance to prove himself yet. But once he's on home ground, he'll move very swiftly. I'll see to that. At the moment, he's whiling away his time in Switzerland, blissfully unaware of the fact that I shall come knocking on his door and make him a present of his new destiny. What's so amusing?
The fact of you knocking on his door. It reminds me of something Lenin once said about you.
What was that?
He called you the delivery boy of the revolution.
Lenin said that?
They say. That's what he said.
It is not true. Have you repeated this invention to anyone else?
No.
We're in business. Go. Have you any idea what this operation's going to cost?
Not less than 50 million gold marks, that's for sure.
With Germany starving, that might be too much for the government to afford.
Too much to win?
Will you be handling the money?
Yes, that's my condition. Lenin understands nothing about finance.
Tomorrow morning in my office we'll study the plan, when payments have to be made and so on. You go and speak to your man Lenin at once. Do you foresee any problems?
No, certainly not. Lenin's been waiting for this moment all his life.
The sooner this train sets off, the better.
Who's going to be arranging the escort they'll need?
Major von Planitz.
Oh, a hero. Splendid.
This is the most advanced type of artificial hand, sir. I hope you find it comfortable.
The weather is changing. Does it hurt?
Thank you, Fritz.
I know you'd rather be at the front than stuck in a desk job. But you've seen enough action. However, I think I can get you out of this office if you're interested. You're from the Baltic, so you should know how to handle the Slavs. We have some Russian exiles that must be taken care of.
Is this the man?
Yes, sir. He threw down his rifle during the attack, and refusing to fight, he escaped.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
You can go. I congratulate you, Captain, on the success of your attack. Did you lose many men?
40%, sir, but we are 300 yards closer to Paris.
We've had orders to abandon the trench you took so gallantly and withdraw to our previous position. The French are about to launch a counterattack with tanks, and we'll never withstand it from there.